Hello, good people. My name is Olokchunyu Ubiahop. I am an emerging artist at Terera Arts Foundation. So we are having sessions with Frieda Schneider in scenography, and I'm personally, I am new in the scenography field, and I think there's a lot for me to learn. For all the sessions we've had so far, what stands out for me is actually the fact that scent is part of set design. I had never thought about that, and I thought, well, smell is not so important when there is a performance on stage, but it turns out it is one of those, very crucial aspects, and it can cause an effect on both the performance and even on the audience. So I look forward to learn a lot, starting with making or building a beautiful stage for a play. And I hope that by the end of this lab or these sessions that we are having with her, I am able to put up a play of my own, like to put up a design of what a stage looks like. Yes, we are having fun and learning a lot in theater. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Chitaka Alex. I am popularly known as Chitaka Wakavulu. I am one of the emerging artists 2021 cohort. I am also a poet, a playwright, and a very active actor, I guess. Yeah, thank you. I am really honored to be taking part in the scenography workshop with Frieda Schneider. She's really doing a great job, impacting on me as a theater practitioner. And for me, it's a moment to really get to know that as a set designer or as a scenographer, you really have to uphold the face of the entire. You're actually the face of the production on set. You ensure there is visuals, you ensure there is audios, you ensure there is props, you ensure everything is really put in place for a perfect production. I'm really excited by the whole practical activity of breaking down the script as a scenographer. You get to study and analyze all the details as far as the script is concerned, and along the way there is so much amazing things that you really encounter, things that you couldn't have thought of as something that really adds color to the script. And yes, like you break down the props, the costume, the sound, the light, the atmosphere, like everything is really broken down systematically, and it's something that has excited me so much. To an extent that I think right now when I'm to read any play or any script for that matter, I think I shall read it with this whole grounds, the grand spectacles of a scenographer. I am not so specific, but I am really receptive regarding what is in stock for me and for all of us as emerging artists. I think it's a broader subject as far as scenography is concerned. I think there is a lot to learn, and I'm really so much open to all that there is, to all that Frieda has prepared for us to learn, and look forward to the practical bit of it where I am outside the emerging art space and really getting things done in the real world. I guess I should call it the real world. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really excited for that great opportunity, and yeah, looking forward to sharing space with all of us and all of you.
My name is Hima, an emerging artist, Terera Arts Foundation, the 2021 cohort. Yeah, we are in the scenography workshop by Frieda Schneider. Yeah, it's really so wonderful. I've learned so many things, especially that she specializes in stage design. So I've got to learn so many things, how you can use the available space to set different things. So it's really so amazing. Yeah. So there are so many things I've learned. One thing is to be creative, using the available space and create different things from that space. The matter of fact that we are used to the conventional spaces. So every time we think of a play or a performance, the first thing that comes into the mind is the conventional space. But this time round, we went we went ahead of that to think of non-conventional spaces. For example, like an open space, a compound. How can you change that for a performance? So for me, that is my wow moment in this workshop. I'm like, wow, so you can use something not specifically a conventional space, but anything, you can turn it into a space for a performance. Yeah. I'm just waiting to see new things, new ideas that will come up, and yeah, I'm all there to receive them. Yeah, so thank you, Tebere Arts Foundation, for this opportunity. Thank you, Frieda Schneider, for your time and everything you're putting in so that we can get something new.
My name is Michael Tamale. I'm one of the emerging artists for the year 2021 with Tebere Arts Foundation. What I'm doing with Tebere right now is a scenography workshop. Scenography is basically the science, or rather the art, of creating sets. So how to create a good set. One of the things I've learned is that how to create a good set begins with understanding what you're creating it for, understanding the surroundings of a story. Yeah, so basically understand the story first, and then create something out of the story, out of the circumstances of the story. What time is a person in? What situation is a person in? That's how to create a good set. I've learned that one thing I've learned is, it was actually rather interesting. It's that a set isn't just visually satisfying, shouldn't be just visually satisfying to an audience, but rather it can also be sound. What kind of sounds are being created by the things on set? Or smell, even. What kind of smell is on the set that people around can see, that will make them understand the situation better. So that's one good lesson I've learned from the scenography workshop. That set is many things. It's not just what you see. Where do I see myself applying some of the scenography lessons? Well, firstly, with Tebere, I'm working on a play. I'm writing a play, so that's the first step. Where I got the lessons from is the first place I'm applying them. That's advisable. And after this, I'm actually working on drafts for something else, for more, should I say scripts? Yeah, more scripts after this. So that is something I'm going to take with me as I'm doing those, and as I'm doing whatever comes after. I want to say a big thank you to Tebere Arts Foundation for giving me the chance to be a part of this cohort for 2021. And I want to say a big thank you to Frieda Schneider, who is taking us through this scenography workshop. I look forward to learning a lot more than that one point I mentioned going for the rest of this workshop. Thank you.
My name is Linus Mugume. I'm one of the emerging artists under the Tebere Arts Intensive Lab, and I'm a creative writer. Yeah, this scenography workshop with Frieda Schneider is a very revealing experience for me. Coming from the background of creative writing and now adding the scenography bit, it's a very important step for me because it helps me to write with a scenography part at the back of my mind. As we do the workshop so far, we are analyzing different scripts here and there. The scripts that my colleagues have written and also mine will be analyzed sometimes. So it's a very revealing experience to see where the writer was coming from, and also to look at different scripts from a new point of view in terms of what the audience will see. That's what I came expecting, and yeah, I'm getting exactly that. And I hope by the time it ends, I'll be smarter in terms of writing with scenography at the back of my mind and also analyzing the script on my own. Yeah. My most exciting moment came when I got to realize that as a scenographer, you can also do with smell. Frieda shared with us the show she did, and it was about killing of elephants and taking the ivory and burning that ivory. So she did a kind of circular setting, and in the middle she put ivory burning, and the smell was all over as the as the show took place. That was very exciting for me. I'd not thought of anything like a scenographer thinking of smell. So that has been like the most exciting moment for me.
My name is Komagum Rogers, and at the Tebe Arts Foundation, I'm an emerging artist with interest in writing and directing. Right now we are having scenography classes with Frieda Schneider, and I must say it is very interesting but challenging at the same time. Putting in mind that I like writing and directing, I didn't know how scenography goes hand in hand with writing and directing, but during our classes she was able to teach us that when you have a scenographer's perspective while writing, you understand what it takes for a line to be executed or an action to be executed at a particular moment in the script you're doing. So that gave me an eye-opener that it could make my work easier to put those details in mind while writing, and I must say it is fun, and I would really want to see how it goes out when I'm trying it out. I remember the first time we had the classes with her, she took us through the conventional and unconventional, and in mind I've always had the conventional spaces and not knowing how really the unconventional spaces work, but when she told us that any space, a bare space, can be turned into a theatrical space, putting in mind that scenography and what you want to execute can be delivered, then I got to know that anywhere you can act from, like anywhere you can do a play from. So that has been very interesting, and I'm looking forward to more classes with her. My fun moments were when we were told to look for 10 different spaces, unconventional spaces, that we could work with and see how we could relate the actor-audience relationship in those unconventional spaces. So basically, unconventional spaces are to me, used to look a very hard thing, but when she gave us the dot-to-dot details, I got to know that any space can be fun, like working with it and relating it to the audience, because it just needs a touch of scenography, a touch of what you feel and what you have at hand to make that space fun and lively for your audience and the crew at hand. I've really loved these classes, and I just can't really wait to put what I've learned into practice, into my writings, my directing, and maybe even acting, because when you're acting, with the scenography in mind, you can know the spaces you're dealing with, and I just really can't wait to put what she has taught us into practice. And I thank her so much for all this. Thank you.
My name is Dorothy Tumuhire, and I'm one of the emerging artists at Tebere. And I'm in a workshop, the scenography workshop, being mentored by Frieda Schneider, and I'm really glad that I'm part of it. First of all, I've been able to learn a lot of things that I didn't know about, like, the rule, the how to work, how you can work as a scenographer, the things that you have to put in mind, like, looking at the costumes, looking at the props, looking at the makeup, and so many other things. The main thing that I was actually surprised about was actually there were like 2 items or one, and that was the atmosphere and what you have to give to the atmosphere depending on which script you have been given. For example, not leaving out the smell of the atmosphere. What my expectations is learning more about how to operate with the set, especially with the props, because that involves a lot of work, like furniture, measurements, what, and all of that. And I really expect that we are going to go about that. Yeah, thank you.
My name is Rwama Duncan, and I'm an emerging artist at the Very Arts Foundation. So we are part of the scenography workshop, and it's with a lady called Schneider, Frieda. So in this scenography workshop, I've learned a lot, especially that I come from a directing and writing background. I'm more interested in directing and writing, and for directing I want to incorporate the scenography in a way that I can be able to communicate to designers through their design language, and this can help me develop my directing concept well, so that I can be able to communicate with the designers on what I really want to be carried out on the stage, to be designed. The funniest moment has been in looking at unconventional spaces, and this has given me a lot of ideas on how to do theater, on how to turn spaces into the best theatrical performance spaces that I can be able to bring out my vision as a director in a much compelling way. I thank the Very Arts Foundation for organizing this and for bringing us together, and thank Frieda Schneider for her lessons. Yeah, and I commend Rwama Duncan.